Okay, the printed object from Tier Time of the first object, which is this robot. Here is an image of it from the computer in the new program, which I've never used before. This is Tier Time's Up Studio. And I don't know if you can see that object. They've painted it purple, or a color that makes it indistinguishable for the most part. That's a big mistake. Just keep it a grayish color, or some type of color that you can distinguish the highs and the lows. And the printer just stopped printing. And I can tell you this, after 2 hours or so of printing, the last 5 minutes the print materials stopped coming out, and what has happened is what I surmised would happen, and that is my print head, perhaps along with the nozzle, is now clogged. After, as I said in my first email to you, this new material, which is different than the other material I have been using for the last year, after a couple hours of printing, it clogs up the print head, perhaps along, as I said, along with perhaps the nozzle. I'm not sure, I haven't looked at it. The printer just stopped printing. It's complete. And I will now turn to the up box. Here's the up box. Here is the up box. And I am going to open up the door for the first time. Hopefully you can see that. And there is the object in question. And it's residing on the plate. And I will now take off the plate. I will gingerly put it over here. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. Okay, I'll get the spatula. And I will take the material off the perforated board. Now I will back off the camera. Okay, there's the spatula. There, it popped right off. That's good. I like that. That's the way that should be. And I am attempting, let's see, I will come back up here to give myself some room. And I will try and endeavor to take off the material. It's slightly better than before, slightly, but this is, yes, it's definitely better than before, but it's still not the same as it used to be. Okay, so that does, it's not completely 100% fused, I'll give you that. Not 100% fused. Now, this other material, okay, that came off. That's okay. Hey. So I would say there is a slight difference between using this white material that I've just printed this object, this robot man, with this white material. And let me get the model number just so there's no doubt as to what material I'm using. Try to keep it in the camera. I don't know. There is a difference between using your new software program, Up Studio, and the old program, at least it appears to me. But it's still not like it used to be. I think if I were to print this object a year ago with the white material, printing this robot, it would have been a lot easier. There is just no way I'm going to get in there and take off all this support material. It's not coming off. It's just not. Very, very precarious, very, very difficult. So there it is. There's just no way I'm going to get all that off there. So what I'm going to do, you want the surface in your email. The email says the robot object should be laying down when printed with the raft. That's done. The stator prints vertically with fill set to surface. The second from the left on the top row looks like a wine glass. I don't know what that means. But I'm going to come over to here and I'm going to, let's see, initialize printer, calibrate, maintenance. I'm hitting, oh wow, that popped up. It didn't do that before. And you said surface, set to surface. Let's see, final, normal, preference, surface. Okay, part set to surface. Now let's go back to your email. So your email says, let's see, let's see, the stator prints vertically with feel. Come on. Set to surface. The second from the left on the top row. Second from the left on the top row. Second from the left. I don't know what that means. Second from the left on the top row. Second from the left. Second from the left. Well, 3-layer surface. Set to surface. Dense layer, second. Angle, area, 3 millimeter. Space, 8 lines. Raft, yes. Support, no. Stable support, yes. Other. Unsolid model, check. Thin wall, check. Preheat. So that's the way it's going to be. Let's see if I can get a video of that. Part, surface, 3-layer, angle, 45 degrees, support, 3-layer, angle, 30 degrees, area, 3 millimeter square, space, 8 lines, no raft. Let me put a raft in there. Let's see, raft. Let's see. So I just clicked no raft. I'm clicking raft. No support. I'll click no support. Support stable. I wonder if I should go support or no support. Why would that need support? I don't know. I don't think it does. So I'm going to click no support. Confirm. So here's the way it's set up. 15 millimeter thick. Infill. Like that. Quality, normal. And preferences and dormancy. I don't know what dormancy means, but it's unchecked. Dormancy is unchecked. And so, without any further ado, I will click print. And I'm printing, once again, I'm printing this, as you call a stator. And there it is. And I'm hitting the print. So, slicing, sending, I've got something going on over here. Let's see if I can back off. Okay, print. This is 1 hour and 44 minutes. Okay, I will hit print. Okay. Alright, the stator printout just completed, and one good thing, it completed the whole thing. It didn't stop printing anywhere in between. So there is the object in question, and I will now take it off the plate. It just finished, as I said, not more than a second ago. So try to put this camera down here. And get some light on the subject. Let's see how this thing comes off the plate. Nice. Okay, that's good. Well, so let's look at it here. Wow, not good. Wow. I mean, that's just a lot of hangovers. A lot of material. I don't know if that's a result of the printer. I've never printed out anything of this nature. And I'm sure this is a good test for the printer. I got a lot of holes I could see in this printer. In this print, there are some. It clearly didn't completely print all the way through. I'm not sure how thin these walls are, so let me check. Let's see. So 2.4 millimeter. So if this object is a test of how well this printer does, and I would say the printer has failed. And again, I would say, first of all, I've never printed out anything like this. I print out things like this. Okay, I printed this out. This is a buck converter with a battery on it. I did the whole thing. I mean, that printed out just fine. And the support material of the old, now I'm talking about the old filament that I used to use as far back as, I don't know, 6 months ago. This would have all kinds of support material and a raft, and it just flaked right off. It just came right off. So that's what one of the things that I made. It's this Arduino stand. I'll put that aside. So I'm going to try and take off, first of all, the raft. I would say the raft is fused. It's fused. If the raft is intended to come off this object, which it is, it's not coming off. It's not going to come off. It's fused. It's fused. So this is a complete and utter fail for this printer. If this is a test, it's certainly, I would say, failed the test. Look at that. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. Wow. So I am going to now download this video from my camera, and I'll eventually get it on my YouTube channel within the next hour or so. It shouldn't take me more than an hour. So this is Electronic Wizard. I've printed out this object. This is all intended for Tier Time. I in no way am endorsing Tier Time, or do I represent Tier Time in any way, shape, or form. I have been purchasing material from Tier Time since the beginning, and from my perspective, it's my belief that the more recent material that's used for this printer upbox is different than the material that I started with when I first got my printer back on September of 2015. And I've never printed out objects of this nature before. This is my first time. Like I say, I normally print out maybe something like that, for example. It's probably printed out on a different printer. But yeah, this raft is not going to come off. Unless I, of course, get in there with some upbox dikes. If I get in there and rip it off like this, I'm sure it will come off. But it's supposed to just peel off. It's not supposed to be cut off. It's supposed to peel off. Okay? So there's the print. So I did what you wanted me to do. And I say, wah, wah. It's a fail. Although by the way, the one good thing about all this It printed this totally 100%, and this about 99%. It stopped right at the tip of the shoes. It stopped printing. And what I mean by that is just the print material stopped coming out. So this is Electronic Wizard, and thanks for listening and viewing this video.